You know what? I wasn't going to do it again, but Tracy Dyer triggered me on Twitter. Does that mean I was twiggered? And here we are with some more late night podcast excellence, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and greetings to you from the heartland of America, straight from my heart to yours, hopefully. Tonight we're going to talk about the USA is the new Rome, and not in the way that you think it is. You think, oh, that's a bad thing. No, 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 no. It's a very, very good thing. And I'll repeat this because I don't think she was in the chat room. Tracy Dyer, I wasn't going to do this anymore or tonight, but Tracy Dyer triggered me on Twitter. So does that mean that I was triggered by Tracy Dyer? But she sent me a video, and I'd already prepared this PowerPoint that I was going to do at some point. Didn't know what point. But today, when I got that from Tracy, I knew that this was the time and that this was the place. And we are going to rock and roll with this Twitter inspired, Tracy Dyer inspired. Is the USA the new Rome? Yes, the USA is the new Rome. In fact, it's the NWO's nightmare that the USA is the new Rome. And you're not even going to believe this. This is the kind of shit you're not going to hear anywhere else. Even Nigel will agree with this, probably, or he'll hate it, one of the two. But let me show you the tweet in question that got me fired up and got me on here to do this tonight. And Tracy, if you didn't want me to show people your Twitter, you shouldn't have sent me a tweet. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Twitter. And I'm going to show you this tweet right here. And hopefully, oh shoot, I forgot to share the click audio button because you do need to hear this. It won't be very interesting if you don't hear it. Share audio and Chrome tab, Tracy on Twitter. Boom. Here it is. Now we're going to be able to hear Tracy's tweet. And I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to turn that up, and we're going to hear this guy. It's about a 2-minute tweet. Hopefully I don't get flagged for this, but it's very, very interesting, and it is what started me and forced me, ladies and gentlemen, to do this late night podcast extravaganza of excellence. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's listen to Bro here. I don't know why he didn't sit down in the airport and do it right. I don't know why he didn't turn on his phone when he was talking to this lady, but here we go. I said, here we go.
I was sitting down on the bus, and two ladies came in. They sat next to me, and one was talking about how she's not worried at all about the coronavirus. I'm like, neither am I. I have no worries at all. And then she actually mentioned out loud, she's like, it's a cover-up. I'm like, wait a minute. That's a trigger word for me. So I'm like, this person knows something, right? So I get talking to her a little bit, and it turns out that she works for one of the largest banks in the world, JP Morgan Chase. And she confirmed to me that it is actually in large part a cover-up, because she knows about what's going on with the markets. She knows the markets are being manipulated. She knows about Masala. She knows that Trump is destroying the Federal Reserve as we speak. It's indisputable. And we are in a transitioning economy. She confirmed all of this to me. She told me they've already told us all of this. Now we're just waiting for it to play out. And that was a major confirmation from somebody who actually works on the inside. Complete stranger. I have no idea who she is. But I just thought it was really awesome that I ran into somebody like that. And I don't believe anything happens by coincidence. But she confirmed.
And I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there because the quality isn't great and it's jumping around. But very, very interesting, isn't it? Lady worked for, was it JP Morgan Chase? said that we're in the middle of a transition economy, said that Trump knows what he's doing, said that it's planned, said that it's all here, don't worry. And I'm here to tell you tonight, this is the greatest theater that we've ever seen in our lives. And folks, here's the real story. The NWO nightmare, the New World Order nightmare. The USA is the new Rome. And Netanyahu, you have no idea what Netanyahu really meant. This is going to be some great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this? And isn't that a dandy looking little graphic there? All right, so back in March of 2019, a year ago, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, we just call him Bibi because we're tight. Bibi said this in a speech with U.S. Secretary of State Pompeo, Tracy's crush. But anyway, we won't talk about that. We had a moving visit today to the wall. I can't resist repeating this. I'm going to. I said to the secretary that the last time a Pompeo visited Jerusalem, it didn't end that well. But this is a different time. Rome and Jerusalem clashed over values with a great tragedy for the Jewish people. They all got killed. But the new Rome, the United States, views itself as a new Jerusalem. We visited the original city on the hill. We visited the hill. May I lightly edit this speech? Can I? Please? Thank you. I'm so glad that I can. Tracy says she doesn't have a crush on Pompeo, but she always backs him up when I question him. So I don't know if a crush is the right word, but how about a poly crush, as in political? But anyway, we had a moving visit today to the wall because I'm still shaking in my shoes. This is Bibi's words. I can't resist repeating this. I'm going to. I have to do all that I can. I said to the secretary that the last time a Pompeo visited Jerusalem, it didn't end that well. They crushed us, is what Bibi's thinking. But this is a different time. God, I hope it is. Rome and Jerusalem clashed over values with a great tragedy for the Jewish people. But the new Rome, the United States, views itself as a new Jerusalem. We hope and pray. We visited the original city on the hill. We visited the hill, and I hope that POTUS does not bury us under it. Jeff, what are you talking about? Let me tell you what I'm talking about, and let me show you stuff that you have seen but haven't seen, and let me show you why I'm the Christian whistleblower and why you listen. I haven't said it in a while, but I am the best in the world at what I do. I am, with apologies to Chris Jericho, the Le Champion of not only biblical revelation, but evidently cultural interpretation. Because watch this, ladies and gentlemen. What was Bibi talking about? Well, he said we had a moving visit to the wall. He's talking about this, the Wailing Wall. They call it the Wailing Wall. It's said to be the only remains of the second temple of the Jews destroyed in AD 70 by the Romans, but of course it's not. It's not. History clearly shows that Rome knocked down every single brick that was standing upon another brick. This was not left standing. None of it was left standing. The only possibility is, and this is a very, very unlikely possibility, is that somebody somewhere gathered up the bricks that the temple had been made of and stacked them together to make this wall. This wall's about money, money, yeah. This wall is about a rallying point. This is not the wall. But they say it's the wall. And the only possibility is that it's the wall is that they gathered up the bricks that it was knocked down with. But most investigators now think it is a tourist trap. Most of them think it's like a cistern, which is a little different than a wall. Cynthia's been there. It's a really bizarre atmosphere. Maybe the Romans had good reason to crush their temple. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Third-eyed Jedi. You know I love you, but that was a rather obvious statement. Okay. And then Bibi says, trying to be where we says read your scripture, because it is a script and we're sure, but I don't think where we are knows that it is a script. And I don't think they know. But anyway, the last time a Pompeo visited Jerusalem, it didn't end that well. Well, in AD 70, the Roman forces, and there were some Pompeos, no doubt, amongst the troops, destroyed Jerusalem utterly. And guess what, folks? Bibi Netanyahu knows that President Donald Trump has the power to do this to them again, to the new state of Israel. And Bibi is scared to death. You guys have it all wrong. Oh, Bibi controls Trump. Oh, the Israel controls the U.S. You guys got it completely 180 degrees wrong. Sit back and watch while I get proven right yet again. Do I ever get tired of being right? No. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Yeah, I love being right. President Trump, ladies and gentlemen, not only has Bibi Netanyahu shaking in his little Bibi-sized shoes, President Donald Trump has the entire New World Order, deep state in terror. They're frightened to death of him. Why? Well, let me continue to expound on this for you. Bibi said that Rome and Jerusalem clashed over values with a great tragedy for the Jewish people. In reality, Bibi was saying old Rome, the Rome of AD 70. And Roman values of the first century did clash with values of the Jews. The values were a little different. We're going to be in charge and you're going to be our bitches. And that was Rome's attitude, and they backed it up, and they destroyed Jerusalem utterly. And Bibi's hoping and praying with his little Bibi prayers that it doesn't happen again. Bibi says this is a different time. He knows it's a different time, and it is a different time. You don't know it yet, but I'm telling you here tonight, 9:15 Central Daylight Time on March the 12th, 2000. Bibi is hoping and praying. He said this. Let me don't get ahead of myself. He said, the new Rome, the United States, views itself as a new Jerusalem. And I have never heard Bibi so compliant. I've never heard Bibi so supplicant. I've never heard Bibi so self-deprecating. He reminded me of Fredo Cuomo. I was going to tell him to go get his shine box. He was ready to shine the secretary's shoes and shine the president's shoes. He loves the president so much. That's because Bibi's hoping this is a different time. He's hoping and he's praying that the religious right can somehow convert President Trump to being a ex-gen Trumper. And they're hoping that they can convert President Trump so he will save the state of Israel in its current favored position. Good luck, Bibi. Capitol Hill has been Israeli-occupied territory for a long time, but wave bye-bye, it's over. He knows that this Rome is new. He knows that this Rome is different. And he hopes that it doesn't crush him and his state like the last one did. Jeff, you're crazy. Jeff, you're stupid. Folks, there's a new Caesar in town. And let me share some information with you that you won't hear many places other than here. Donald J. Trump came into office on the hook for $1 billion to Jewish interests personally. Donald Trump got up to the day of default on a $1 billion with a B dollar personal line of credit during the real estate crash. And guess what? BB's banker buddies bailed him out. BB's banker buddies bailed their buddy out, Donald J. Trump. And they figured it was better to have him working for them than to have him in bankruptcy. So they made a plan. And they supported Donald Trump for president. And they gave money to Donald Trump for president. And then they helped get Donald Trump elected president. They're like, oh, yay, we've got Donald Trump in the office. We own him, just like we own all the other presidents. But they never heard of this little thing called the art of the deal. And President Trump started working the art of the deal. President Trump fulfilled BB's deepest heart's wishes by naming Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, recognizing it as the capital of Israel. President Donald Trump made BB's little heart jump with joy by allowing Israel sovereignty over the Golan Heights. He gave away Jerusalem. He gave away the Golan Heights. All the people that don't know how to see the forest for the trees were saying, I see this tree, the Golan Heights, he gave it away. I see this tree, he gave it away. It was the art of the deal, ladies and gentlemen. It was a deal. And with all of their billions, with all of Israel's trillions, if you combine all of the wealth of BB's banker buddies, they did not have enough money to buy the naming of Jerusalem, the recognition of Jerusalem as capital. They did not have enough money to buy the Golan Heights. They couldn't have got it done. But President Donald Trump said, how about a little quid pro quo, boys? You've got me on the hook for $1 billion. I've got things that you couldn't buy with $1 trillion. Let's do a little business. I want to be free and clear to navigate. I want to be the first real president of the United States, maybe ever. I said I wanted to drain the swamp, and I'm here to drain it. I'll give you, boys, I'll recognize your capital. I'll give you the Golan Heights. You give me paid in full to the $1 billion I owe you. It was a deal. And the president of the United States bought back his personal sovereignty. And as we sit here today, March 12th, 2020, President Donald J. Trump owes no one anything. He is divine. He is sovereign. He is free. BB don't control Donald Trump anymore. Nobody does. He is the first free and clear president of the United States in our memory, and maybe in forever. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a new Caesar in town, and his name is Donald J. Trump. But wait, there's more. The international New World Order, the international deep state is in panic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. He has Netanyahu groveling before him, and not the other way around like it's always been. The NWO, International Deep State, is in panic. This is why you had the Mueller investigation. This is why you had the FISA fiasco. This is why we've had Russia. This is why we had impeachment. This is why we have the corona panic. Desperate times call for desperate measures, like this gentleman was talking about on the tweet that we just saw. President Donald J. Trump is right now doing some shit that you can't even imagine. He is moving and grooving. He is juking and jiving. He is putting together stuff like you've never seen before, and he's rolling it out, even though he's been beaten, bruised, and battered for 3 years by these cowards on the left and also some cowards on the right like Mitt Romney. But like BB said, these are different times. President Trump faces the weakest slate of Democratic candidates ever. That's really good. And their party, in addition to having the weakest slate of candidates ever, is in the midst of a full-blown civil war. They've got their socialist/communist Bernie, AOC, Pocahontas wing fighting against the, oh my God, we're just trying to hang on long enough to get out of here without winding up in jail, Biden, Pelosi, Schumer wing. And by all objective measures, President Trump remains wildly popular in the country, filling large stadiums everywhere, even after 3 years of the deep state battering him. Fools to the left of me, jokers on the right of me. Donald J. Trump has been stuck in the middle again. And this is what he's done with this current situation. Imagine a moment with me. Imagine that it's December. Let's go in further. Imagine it's January 2021. Donald J. Trump has just been sworn in for another term as president of the United States. He receives congratulations from the Republican leader of the Senate. And then he receives congratulations from the new Speaker of the House representing the new Republican majority. And he receives congratulations from the Supreme Court of the United States. And then he goes home and sleeps with a supermodel. Life is good. Imagine President Trump in control of the House, in control of the Senate, in control of the Supreme Court, in control of the White House. Wow. Then you'll start seeing some swamp draining. Then you'll start seeing some Fed busting. Then you'll start seeing it poured out in full measure. Imagine that. Consider that for a moment. And now you know why they're panicking. Now you know why they're panicking, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know why BB's groveling. Now you know why they're doing everything they can to crash the economy. Now you know why they're doing everything they can. They're shutting down the NBA. They're shutting down the NHL. They're shutting down March Madness. They're shutting down all the St. Pete Grand Prix, all this horrible stuff. They're shutting it all down. Do your homework. You know, most of the people that own these teams and run these leagues, staunch Democrat supporters. They hate Donald Trump. They're doing everything they can to destroy this president. But they can't, because there's a new Caesar in town. And the United States of America is the new Rome, and there's a new Caesar riding a shiny new chariot. Can you just see President Trump in a chariot going down Pennsylvania Avenue? That would be awesome. That will be awesome. So everybody else is panicking. Everybody else is worried. Everybody else is fearful. I'm sitting here in the heartland of the country, smiling, laughing, enjoying my good life, and waiting for it to get better, because it is. Now let's go see what no doubt some naysayers in the chat room have to say, but that's okay, because I got the facts, and your fear is not much of a match for my facts. Let's see. I rather wonder if Nigel is in agreement with me or not. Nigel, aka the Devil's Playground. I noticed that his channel's doubled in subscriptions, but can't we do better? Can't we triple his subscriptions? I know he was at 1,000 before I mentioned it. Now he's at 2,000. Couldn't we get him to 3,000? There's 45,000 of you almost. Somebody break it a little off for Nigel. Go over to his channel, The Devil's Playground. All you have to do is hover over one of his comments. He's got those 3 dots. Click on him. Go to his channel. Subscribe. Let's get him to 3,000, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy says that being twiggered sounds dirty. It kind of does, but I kind of like dirty stuff, so that's all right. That's all right. Dyer, the inspirer, I think he meant, but that's okay, Nigel. Nigel may be a few pints in by this time of day. I don't know if it's morning or night, but it doesn't matter because he's British. I'm Irish, so we like to take shots at the Brits whenever we can. Come on. They've been stealing our women and raping our cattle for far too long. Anyway, of course, Where We says it's old news, but no one's ever said it before, so wow. And I asked about DC earlier being the new capital of DS. It's one of them. It's one of them. It's one of them, I would say. Thanks for the late night excellence. I hear that a lot, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Ooh, COVID-19 convert continuum. I like it. I like it. I like it. Tracy Dyer, I'm wrong, but it's the same topic. Thank you for your active monitoring. Oh, she's active. Tracy says BB's a fraud, but at least he's a leashed fraud now. At least he's a leashed fraud. Ordinary Bear makes a good point that was made earlier, I think, on Twitter. Over 220 CEOs have stepped down. Where are they all going? It's almost like they're afraid of something, ladies and gentlemen. Almost like they're afraid of something. Just now, I jumped on. What have I missed? Oh, Flat Albert, you've missed far too much to even try to tell you. Follow the Olympic Road. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Dominica makes an interesting point. The hill, the Fire Mountain, where the Bible story happened. And I don't trust BB, says Flat Albert. Don't have to trust BB. I don't trust him either. The Great Wall, or the Wailing Wall is a tourist trap. What else? New Chinese hospital named Fire God Mountain. Can we confirm that, Nigel? That's really pretty weird. Really pretty weird. Thank you for sharing that, Dominica. I appreciate it very much. This may not be friendly territory for Where We. No, it's not. She's really, really a little bit over her head. I don't know what this means. They're saved for last. It's a hard red pill for even. Oh, yeah. The evangelicals will never swallow it. Never, ever swallow it, Tracy. They're used to swallowing other stuff, but they'll never swallow that. That's why they're evangelicals. Because they're dumb. Because they're lemmings. Absolutely. Lemmings. Lemmings. All right. I can't stand how much John Hagee. Well, quit watching him. Just quit watching him. Let's see. What else we got? If you want to know what the Messianic Jews are looking for, Donald J. Trump hits a lot of the indicators for sure. Yeah, but he's not their Messiah. But if you're trying to do the art of the deal, it's not a bad thing to have them think you might be. I honestly don't think Trump is a part of this psyop. You looked kind of sick last night. Well, you look kind of stupid tonight with comments like that. You really do. But thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. When you owe the bank $1 billion, it's the bank's problem. Yeah, but it ain't Donald J. Trump's problem anymore. He's actually working so we're all sovereign and free. He's actively working to keep us sovereign and free. He floats like a butterfly. He stings like a bee. Absolutely. Steve, do I need to give you a history lesson right now? I won't. But okay, I'll give you George Washington. Let's say he was the first free president ever. He wasn't, but I'll give you him. Then how about Trump's the second? Can we be friends now, Stevie? Can we be friends now, Stevie? Eric Holder, Barack in panic on Twitter today. Of course they are. They're high on the list. They are high on the list. That's a random statement, and I profoundly disagree. It's not time to hunt anybody, even witches. I'm not sure what you meant, but I can't agree with that one. Biden is working on the insanity plea to get out of hanging for his crimes. Well, he's doing a great job. He really is doing a great job. Interesting factoid about Mr. Netanyahu there from Tracy Dyer. I believe it's true. Creepy Joe can't even remember his name. Maybe that's about the only thing that he can remember. Yeah, my name is Joe Biden kisses his sister. Thought it was his wife. Wow. Thought it was Thursday. It was Tuesday. Ay. What else we got? What else we got? Thank you for the good news. You're welcome. I'm in the good news business. Nigel's not heard of Fire God Mountain. But all the temp hospitals are closed. Why? You build hospitals to house patients, and then the hospitals are closed. Why would you close? Why would you build hospitals to house patients and then close the hospitals? Oh, maybe they're out of patience. Maybe they're out of patience. Maybe they're out of patience. The elderly and the immune compromised folks get pneumonia easier with a cold or flu and are more prone to die. Can you imagine how smart this is? Let's create a killer virus. No, bro, we don't got to create no killer virus. Let's just, it'll never work, but what if? What if we could tell people that the flu is a killer virus? Oh, they'd never believe that. Sure they would. Sure they would. Try it. I'll be damned. He was right. It's the flu. It's not even a bad flu. But they are closing down the NBA. High five. High five. We did it. Oh my. Thank you, Richard Green. I appreciate you appreciating me. Cynthia says, uh-oh. I wonder what that one's about. Didn't the Masons own George? Sterling, don't try to upset little Stevie. Don't try to upset little Stevie. Don't try to upset your cousin. George didn't hang out with the Masons much per Jeffrey. He didn't. He didn't. Let's see. They were free from the crown, but it was only for a short time. The crown, like the corona? Oh, isn't that interesting? President Trump is trying to defeat the crown once and for all. And here comes this virus that's going to stop President Trump in his tracks. And what's it called? Corona. Crown. Imagine that. Imagine that. Nikodomi, CTV News report from Wuhan mentioned the Fire God Mountain Hospital. Excellent. Thank you for that intrepid reporting. And what else we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Common cold, absolutely. No, here's Don says, and toilet paper sales show how much people are fooled. No, you know what really shows how much people are fooled? Pour Corona beer. Pour Corona beer, people. What is wrong with the Corona beer, people? I feel so bad for the Corona beer people. I feel like I should have a bottle of Corona and drink it because I feel so bad for the Corona beer people. I don't even drink beer. But if I had a bottle of Corona, I would drink it just because I feel so bad for the people at Corona. Why? Because people are so stupid. They're not buying Corona beer. You think that people can't be that stupid, but they are. The sales of Corona beer are tanking. I know it's a lousy beer. I know it's really, really not that good, but you used to drink it all the time. And now, because there's some virus called Corona, these poor guys at Corona are losing their jobs. I feel so bad for them. And every time Tracy hears Corona, she hears my Sharona in her head. That's really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. Craziness, folks. PCG's Terry's first house was in Corona, California. Nigel, you kill me, but this is funny. It's even funnier if it's really true. Nigel tells us that in gematria, toilet paper and mind control are identical. Ay, ay, ay. You just can't make that stuff up. You just can't make that stuff up. Yeah, instead of buying a lot of toilet paper, you might want to buy a thermometer. You could actually use that. You could actually use that. I'll take a Corona, hold the virus. Boom. I like it. Makes me thirsty for a Corona and a lime. For God's sake, somebody go buy a Corona. Help those brothers out. Help those hombres out. It's supposed to be a Mexican beer, right? You can buy me some Corona. It's not too bad with lime, says PCG Terry. I'm thinking she works for PCG. Cynthia likes Corona. How about that? It's Mexican water. My Corona. Fat Albert. Let's see. Bud Light is the cure. No, it's not. No Despair Bear likes Corona as well. I'm not hoarding, but I'm hoarding black tea. I'm with you, Richard Green. Right now, I'm hoarding Lipton. I know some people don't like it. It's my favorite. Time for some hot wings with a Corona, says Truth Frequency News. And lucky, I got in touch with the Geos, and we're going to exchange some podcast excellence, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, my. But, baby, thank you. I would ask Cynthia to come say hi to y'all, but she's dressed in a sexy little nightgown right now, so I can't. Cynthia, this doesn't twist. I have a surprise for you folks. So we'll be going and doing some podcast excellence with the Geos. Steve and Cherie, right? It doesn't twist. For the love of Titus woman. It doesn't twist. Nigel's laughing out loud, or Tracy's laughing out loud about Nigel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Chris and Cherie. Ladies and gentlemen, because I am a humanitarian, because I am definitely service to others, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even drink. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Corona, because I feel sorry for the poor hombres that are getting their sales crashed by Corona. This is the first drink of beer I've had in probably 5 years. I'm a humanitarian. I'm a lover. It is all about service to others, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It's just a beer. It's not a virus. Drink up. My Corona. I was going to chug it, but I don't want to get sick. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers to being a humanitarian. Yep, there's no bag in that garbage can. Cheers to being, somebody said that, somebody said Colby was hurried in Corona. I'm thinking they mean that Kobe was buried in Corona, which is an interesting little thing, isn't it? That's an interesting little thing, isn't it? What else we got? Drink, chug it. I can't. I got a head rush right now from those 2 sips that I took. Gold crashing to Trump could have another bankruptcy on his hands. Nope. You just wait and see. There's a new Caesar in town. Joyce Marie says burp. I won't do that on air. I'm a professional. All right. There we go, folks. What a day it has been. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Vikings rolling out the same old joke again. If you get Corona twice, it's Dos Equis. So there you go, folks. The USA is the new Rome, but not like you thought it was. And the international deep state, the international new world order is scared to death. Rest easy. Enjoy yourself. Thank you, Muzza NZ on the fence on behalf of Vinny Eastwood. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a Corona, grab it. And we'll end this show with a Corona toast. Not like some toast like Nacho Libre, but just a toast, a Corona toast. And I sure hope I don't get sick. I don't think I will. Sovereign Integral likes my, let me put that up there. Thank you. Whoops. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. Corona. Wow. First beer I've drank in years and years and years. I've already gone vegan, Linda. Too late. MROM, yes, people are afraid of death. They don't need to be. You should be afraid of not living, not dying. What else we got? Dang, it's too late. My store is closed. Never drink out of the bottle. Why? Why? Stay classy, San Diego. Dang, it's too late. Cheers. Okay, is everybody got their Corona? We'll give you a couple more seconds to get your Corona, and we're gonna have a little toast together. A Corona toast. This is to the defeat of the New World Order. This is to the reorganization of our world. This is to the defeat of the deep state. And this is to our president, Donald J. Trump. The door's opening. Donald J. Trump. I salute you. Let's drink. Let's do a little toast together to the president. Bottoms up. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, and Cynthia's taking it from me, so I won't drink any more. Because I got to admit, that tastes pretty doggone good. For those of you that are here seeking after truth, for Cynthia, for what's her name, the moderator, Tracy Dyer, I salute you for being here seeking after truth. Is it possible to be inebriated by 3 swallows of beer? 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I won't go through that. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Don't let the truth of this get lost in the fun of this. But hey, isn't it cool to have fun? while you're busting out some truth. I like it like that. You're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. We're the last generation of real humans, and all that other stuff I usually say. Stay classy, San Diego.